Hello everybody, this is Dan from ESLVietnamZone.com, and in today's video I'm going to answer a question. The question comes from one of my YouTube viewers, and it is regarding to one's ability to be hired as an ESL teacher in Vietnam if he has a CELTA certificate online, not in class, and the police report which is not, let's say, clean. An important thing to be mentioned, the person we are talking about is a 36-year-old American. The email is divided into 3 parts, and I truly believe that many people have these questions in mind. So here is my answer. Let me get that questions. Alright. Question number 1. Is there any downside as far one's ability to get hired for a job if they get their CELTA certificate online versus in class? I know even the CELTA online requires some in-class time observation while teaching. Just wondering if that would ever come up in the hiring process, or if it is more of hey, a CELTA certificate is a CELTA certificate. Doesn't matter if you do it online or in class. Yeah. So, when it comes to finding an ESL teaching job, the teaching certificate is essential. All schools require it, and many schools specify very clear that an online teaching certificate is not accepted. Well, this is theory, and the theory is not a reality. That's for sure. I mentioned that the person who asked this question is a 36-year-old American. For some reasons, Vietnamese like Americans. So if you are American and just have an online CELTA certificate, then for sure you will get hired. At least this is my opinion. If you want to work for a famous school and get a higher salary, then probably an online certificate won't help you, unless you have a university degree in education field or something like that. So bottom line, there are so many English teachers who don't have a teaching certificate at all, and they can't find a teaching job. I think you should be able to find a teaching job easily. Question number 2. As far as the police report is concerned that you need to provide, I've had a couple of misdemeanors arrests in the last 10 years. Is having these 2 misdemeanors on my record something that would stop me from getting hired in Vietnam? Well, there are very few schools that require a police report. Honestly, it hasn't happened to me yet, and I've been living and teaching English in Vietnam since 2005. If I were you, I wouldn't worry about that. Nobody asks for that police report. After 6 months of living in Vietnam, you will get that police report from I really don't know how should I call him, the police guy who's responsible of the area you live in. So, if a school requires the police report, then just walk away. For every school that requires a police report, there are probably 50 schools that don't require it. The police report is required by a school that wants to apply for a working permit for you. So if you want to work legally, then you need that police report to be clean as crystal. Otherwise, don't worry about it. Question number 3, and the last one. On a more personal note, and if you don't mind me asking, do you see yourself living in Vietnam long term, or would you prefer to move back to Romania at some point? Seems like you have really committed to starting a life for yourself there with career and family. Just want to get a sense if you or someone in your position possibly me in the future, see yourself being happy staying there, living the Vietnamese lifestyle indefinitely? I like this question. But this is a difficult question. I would like to move back to Romania, to be honest with you, but I think that would never happen. I don't mind living in Vietnam. I honestly feel like I live a never-ending vacation. More than that, I have a good job that allows me to have a lot of free time. My wife is Vietnamese, and my daughter, although she's Romanian citizen, studies in a Vietnamese school. She's just in the 2nd grade now, but 10 years later, if she's good enough, maybe we'll move back to Romania for her to study. Or somewhere else within European Union, if that will still exist, because with all these problems in European Union, maybe, yeah. So I prefer Romania over Vietnam, but since everything is set up here, I don't see any reason to move back to Romania. But never say never, definitely. That's it for today. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Talk to you next time.